Hello and welcome to the Daily News on NTV. On June the 11th at Kilo Town, the Central Propaganda Department has opened the training course on propaganda in the fields of science, technology and environment. Also attending the event were representatives of several departments, institutes, ministries and Nghe An Deputy Permanent Secretary of Provincial Party Committee. Participants are officials of Department of Propaganda, Science and Technology, Natural Resources and Environment of cities and provinces in the country. The three-day course will provide students the situation and policy on science technology development, tests of science and technology, as well as advisory work on building the staff contingent and environmental resources. The purpose of this training is to equip the basic content on science, technology, and environment to officers and staffs working in this field. These people with the equipment will advise the related committees in developing and managing these areas in the locality. In the welcome speech, Nghe An Deputy Permanent Secretary Trần Hồng Châu has highlighted the potentials and advantages of the province and looked forward to receive more support of the ministries, departments, and central agencies in developing science, technology, and environment in the area. In the morning of June the 10th, Mr. Nguyễn Xuân Đường, Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, welcomed a delegation from Kashigaura City, Japan, led by Mrs. Fumiko Taya, parliamentarian of the city. At the meeting, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, Nguyễn Xuân Đường, introduced about Nghe An Province's foreign investment policies and potential. Nghe An has recently received many foreign investment projects, including 4 projects from Japan with a total capital of 1.1 billion USD. Provincial Chairman Nguyễn Xuân Đường hoped that Nghe An and Ibaraki Province will sign many cooperation programs to promote the friendly relation between Nghe An and Japan. For her part, Mrs. Fumiko Tayar expressed her pride to have a meeting with Chairman of Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Xuân Đường. She also confirmed that the visiting delegation of Kashigaura City will motivate for a relationship between the two provinces and two cities. Then the delegation paid a visit to Vinh City People's Committee. At the meeting, the two sides briefed each other about the political and socio-economic situation. The visit of a delegation of the Kashigaura City is a part of the Vietnam-Japan Culture Week in Vinh City. Vietnam and Japan Culture Week to commemorate the 40th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Vietnam and Japan began at the Provincial Library, Vinh City, on June the 10th. Attending the opening ceremony was Mr. Nguyễn Xuân Sơn, Chairman of Nghe An Union of Friendship Organizations, Mr. Toi Chi Ngima, General Secretary of Vietnam-Japan Friendship Association. Vietnam and Japan Culture Week commenced in central Nghe An Province on June the 10th with a wide range of activities. Nghe An Province has a long tradition with Japan. Nghe An also has friendly and cooperative relations with some localities of Japan, such as Shizuoka Province, Tsukuba City. The week was co-organized by the Nghe An Union of Friendship Organizations and the Vietnam-Japan Friendship Association to mark the 40th anniversary of the two countries' diplomatic ties. During the week, numerous photos, books, and documents are on display to popularize the image of Japan and its people, and the friendship between the two countries. The talk about Phan Bội Châu and Đông Du movement is presented during the event. You're watching the Daily News on NTV. In the morning of June the 11th, Mrs. Đinh Thị Lệ Thành, Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, welcomed and worked with the television crew from the Cuban Arts and Film Institute, led by director Isabel Santos-Teller, who will implement the documentary film about President Ho Chi Minh and the country and people of Vietnam. On behalf of the Nghe An Province, Mrs. Đinh Thị Lệ Thành expressed her deep gratitude to the Cuban people, as well as the Vietnam-Cuba special friendship relation, which was built by President Ho Chi Minh and Fidel Castro. For her part, Mrs. Isabel Santos-Teller also expressed her emotion to warmth of Nghe An Province love. She promised that the Cuban filmmakers will try their best to successfully complete the documentary film about President Ho Chi Minh. She also hoped that the documentary film will introduce President Ho Chi Minh and the country and people of Vietnam to Cuban people in particular and the world in general. From that point, people in the world will understand more about the resilient combat spirit of the Vietnamese people during the course of national reconstruction and defense, especially the achievements of Vietnamese people in the years of reform. Anh Sơn District People's Council held a conference to deploy the plan of collecting the vote of confidence for the positions elected by the People's Councils. At the conference, participants approved the Plan number 16 of People's Council on conducting the vote of confidence for the position elected by the 7th District People's Council, tenure 2011 and 2016. The delegates will also learn about the plans of collecting the vote of confidence for the positions elected by People's Councils set by the province. As scheduled, the collection of vote of confidence for the position elected by the district's People's Council tenure 2011 and 2016 will be held at the first regular session of the year. The vote of confidence aimed at improving the capacity and efficiency of monitoring activities of People's Council, thereby creating a basis for agencies and organizations to review the personnel placement. After more than 16-year implementation of project of preventive forest plantation, the mangrove forest in Quỳnh Lưu District now becomes the Green Wall, contributing greatly to improve the ecological environment, to create economic resource, and ensure the safety of lives and property to the people of coastal communes. Funded by Japanese Red Cross non-government project on planting mangrove forests to prevent disaster, since 1997, Quỳnh Thuận started to cover the coastal forest area. Identifying the effect and significance of this kind of forest, people there always pay high attention to the care, protection, and development of forests. Hundreds of hectares of aquatic cultivation area were developed, creating high income for people every year. Not only in Quỳnh Thuận, mangrove forests are also promoting its efficiency in other coastal localities of Quỳnh Lưu District, helping to ensure the safety of human lives and property, to protect the sea dyes and bring an abundant fishery resource to coastal people, contributing to the economic growth of the locality. That's the end of our program today. Thanks for your attention and goodbye.